On today's video, I'd like to show you guys how I unlock TOMYRIS and talk a little bit about unlocking commanders through Mightiest Governor. We've done a video like this in the past, but a few things changed along the way, and I kind of want to talk to you guys about how I planned my way to get to top 25, top 15, top 5, so forth and so on in Mightiest Governors, so I could unlock Saladin, Constantine, upcoming Attila, of course, TOMYRIS, and any other commander that will come out as part of Mightiest Governor. So if you're trying to get to understand how people do it, see how the point system works, and kind of the bottom line that comes to Mightiest Governor, this video is for you. So of course, sit back, enjoy it, slap a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Today, we're going to talk about Mightiest Governor again. I kind of want to touch bases on how Mightiest Governor works and a very important thing for you to understand before you migrate, and that is each kingdom has its own Mightiest Governor rules. If you haven't done Mightiest Governor before, the very quick explanation of it is it's a 7-day, well technically 6-day event where there are 5 stages. Each stage is 1 day, with the exception of the last stage. The first stage is training troops. You get points based on the types of troops you train and the amounts. From there, you go into Gathering Day, Barbarian Hunting Day, or they're backwards. I might have those two mistaken. I think it's Barbarian Day and then Gathering Day. And then you have Power Gaining Day. And then for the last 2 days, it is Killing Event. Now, the way points work is based on many different things. When it comes to training troops and killing event, each type of troop that you train has a different amount of points. When it comes to gathering, every type of resource you gather has a different amount of points per 1,000 resources gathered, or 10,000, I don't remember anymore. Barbarians have the same thing. The higher level barbarians you kill, the more points you get. And the only day that is equal for everything is Power Gain Day, where you get 2 points for every 1 power you gain, and it doesn't matter which one it is. It can be training, building, and researching. So the way I unlocked Saladin as well as Constantine was through a little bit of everything. During the Saladin Mightiest Governor, I was in Kingdom 58, and our killing event was open to anyone to do what they want, and so I blasted kills, got a bunch of kills of tier 5s thanks to my friend Zul Dark, who helped me out quite a lot. We picked up a bunch of kills and unlocked Saladin. When it came to Constantine, however, I had to be a little smarter, because right there I was in Kingdom 59, and Kingdom 59 has its own rules. The most important thing you should know about Mightiest Governor is that each kingdom does it a little bit differently. When you migrate, if you're looking to migrate, one of the questions you should be asking is, what are the Mightiest Governor rules of our kingdom? As an example, Kingdom 59 does not allow more than 20 million points on killing event. That is because we're not looking to have people from the same kingdom fight each other out and hurt each other in terms of resources and speed ups for nothing, for only a commander for a few points. We rather have everybody work on their troops and maintain their resource stacks for when KVK happens or big events happen that require that kind of stuff, rather than just hit each other for points to unlock a commander. So that's one rule in Kingdom 59. Another one is that we do during the first day, the day you guys are currently watching, the training day, we have our kingdom buff. It depends on when we get a good rune. If we don't get it on the first server reset, we go from midday. And the rule is, once kingdom buff is on, you are allowed to get Duke for up to 15 minutes. And you have to sign up for the list ahead of time. So what ends up happening is Faye, who pretty much runs our kingdom in terms of the day-to-day, essentially, as you saw right there, she told me 5 minutes. She is in charge of the list. She makes sure that everybody has their right time. She times everything, and she passes Duke on based on the list as needed. So those are the 2 things you should know about Mightiest Governor, for example, in Kingdom 59. In my case, I realized very quickly that I probably should be training a lot of tier 5s. Obviously, tier 5s give the most points, but I still needed tier 4s. We were still recovering a little bit from Kingdom versus Kingdom. And I only had cavalry tier 5s unlocked, which was a little bit of a problem. I had infantry cooking up. The research was available and it was towards its end, but I didn't want to pop it because I thought maybe what I'll do is I will, you know, wait for the power day and gain another 1 point something million points out of it. Turns out that at the end of the day, I made a mistake because I did not train enough infantries, but my decision, as you guys will see in a bit, was to essentially get those infantries done. You can see right there, the research had about 13 days on it and we're about to get it over with. But this was worth about 1.2 million points, which required me to train technically 120,000 tier 5s, which I didn't. And so did I gain more points by doing infantries versus doing the research? Probably not. A little bit of a mistake of mine. But regardless, we trained a lot of tier 5s, trained a lot of tier 4s, and got ourselves to the point where we had a decent lead, at least for the beginning of this training event. Now, the trick for me is, because killing event is always up to 20 million points, as long as I guarantee that I'm 21 million points or more away from the position that I want to be in, anything above that is bonus. So when you practice, when I figure out how I want to do Mightiest Governor, I look at who is where, I look at what position I want to end up in, and then I get 20 some million points above that and essentially try to maintain that throughout the event. The bottom line is that tier 5s are a must for you to succeed in Mightiest Governor. Yes, they are more than a must. You have to have these tier 5s. Why? They're worth a ton of points more than pretty much anything around them. And while they are very expensive, the bottom line is you can get 100,000 tier 5s trained and get 10 million points within a matter of 5 clicks if you use the training expansions up to 20,000. So a couple of the mistakes that I made along the way were that first and foremost, I used a few of my extra training numbers, like 20,000 expansions on tier 4s. I would definitely not do that if I had thought it through, and which I didn't. By the way, shout out to Brawny. In that Mightiest Governor, he really killed it. We used a lot of our expansions to train, and we trained tier 4s too, which was a little bit of a mistake, but I needed to get the numbers out before my 15 minutes were done. And so it was either massive clicks or use those and save myself some clicks and get more tier 4s and tier 5s available. The way I set up my Mightiest Governors is I want to make sure that I gain the points either through training or through power gain. Now, power gain is the second recommendation, and I truly don't think you should put all your eggs in that basket. I did that when it came to Constantine, I believe, and it was very rough because I pushed pretty much from 27 million power almost all the way to 40 something. I think it was 42, and I gained like 30 million points along the way, but it was massive amounts of training, of research speed ups, of researching, of sending and getting resources, and just keeping up with helps. Once 30 helps are up, we have kingdom buff, we got to get the next research going. It was 4 hours and more because I didn't finish with the 4-hour kingdom buff because of helps. It was a nightmare. And so my recommendation to any of you looking to win Mightiest Governor, or at least end up in top positions, is get yourself to a situation where you have all the resources you need and all the speed ups you need to get through a lot of researches or to train a substantial amount of tier 5s only during Mightiest Governor. I will not be training tier 5s on the day-to-day. I'm training tier 4s. However, I will be upping my tier 5 numbers through Mightiest Governor. On top of that, I really recommend you guys to lay back, especially if you're not a big spender, of Mightiest Governor in the first 2 or even 3 runs. Why? The big boys want to get their commanders, you know? Let them fight it out. Right now, Attila's going on. The big boys went crazy. Noon pulled like 230 million points within a matter of a few moments, and he didn't even care for Duke. He just did it on Kingdom buff, and that's that. So 2.3 million tier 5s got trained like that, and there's no way to compete with that, right? So the final recommendation is wait for a later Mightiest Governor, the 4th run, maybe the 5th run if you get lucky and you get a 5th one. And that's where you should focus your energy. Make sure you're focused and you know what you need to get done, which means you know how many troops you're going to be training, how many points you're going to get out of it, how much you're going to leave for fighting if you need to fight, how much you're going to research if you were going to research. Get all that ready, and that's how you'll win a Mightiest Governor or even end up like in a top position. I ended up on the last Mightiest Governor, which you guys saw on stream, in 3rd place. I don't have the footage of the training. I don't know what happened with it. It's kind of weird. Footage disappears lately, and it's kind of annoying me now. But regardless, I trained 500,000 tier 5s on the last Mightiest Governor to end up in 3rd place. All you have to do really is get your researches, get your speed up set up, write down how long it'll take you per troop based on your buffs or whatever it is. Use an Excel sheet for that. It's very, very useful. Write down how many resources you need for 2,000 troops, how much time it takes, and then see how many research speed ups, how many training speed ups and regular speed ups you want to spend, and you'll know how much you can train. From there, same applies for researches. You have my tier 5 push Excel sheet in the Discord in the description down below. You can use that to know what you need in terms of research, resources, speed ups, and whatnot. So you can do something like this, push speed ups, push researches, and get your points that way. I just wanted to show you guys how I got TOMYRIS unlocked. A little bit of researches, a little bit of training, and no kills whatsoever. I was over 20 million points from 10th place by the time killing event happened, and so I really didn't need to do much. Anyway, I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I apologize if this was just kind of like to show you something that I did. Usually I try to give an extra added value, but so many of you wanted to see the training that I did and the stuff and all that stuff. So there it is. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys like to see that kind of stuff. We can try to do one of these days a training day live on stream if that's something you guys want to see how it gets done. I'd be totally down to get on a stream one of these days when I have my 15 minutes and do it on stream. If you guys want that, leave me a comment down below and let me know. I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Thank you for all your continuous support. You guys are awesome, and take care. Peace.